What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you all again. Let's take a look at Redbox. Let's see if there's anything that we can look at. The proxy statement, the Ortex, the charts. What is it telling us? Where are we going? What's happening? We'll take a look at it. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only, so let's be entertained. Let's kick it off with the proxy. You guys have probably received this in your email. If not, I'm sure you will within the near future. But just looking at the questions that are there, just so that it's understandable. Redbox merger proposal, a proposal to approve the merger agreement dated as of May 10th by and among Redbox, CSSE, RB First merger, whatever, yada yada, and the transactions including the mergers contemplated thereby the board recommends for. And so you can do whatever you want, in harmony with the board or against them. I do think that the insiders, the ones that are making the decisions, definitely do probably hold the majority. It's what it looks like as far as the filings that we've read and covered. But I think it's kind of just a throw it out there so it's not 100% in agreement. They're probably looking for some to be opposed to it, because in all actuality, who's gonna be in favor of selling themselves out for 67-69 cents, whatever it is CSSE's paying. So they probably need some just so that it looks a little bit better on paper to be against it. Question number 2 is basically saying that they are looking for a way to extend the meeting if necessary, if they do not have the votes that they need at this meeting to be in favor of the merger proposal. So a proposal to approve one or more adjournments to the special meeting, if necessary or appropriate, to solicit additional proxies in favor of the Redbox merger proposal, if there are insufficient votes at the time of such adjournment to approve such proposal. So they are looking for a way to extend this, is the way that I'm reading that, into a time whenever they will have the majority vote in favor for that if necessary. So the way I'm thinking is if it was for some reason rejected, the second question saying, wait a minute, we're reserving the right to wait until we have enough that are willing to vote in favor of the proposal before this would actually move forward. So that's my understanding on question number 2. Again, do what you want with it. To me, it doesn't make sense to be against this one and for this one, or because then you're saying, well, I'm against it right now, but I will give you time. That's my understanding there. But I might be reading it wrong. You guys are welcome to do your own interpretations of how you're understanding that as well. Let's take a quick look at the Ortex, see if there's anything noticeable on there. 57% short interest percent of the free float, estimated shares on loan 2.78 million, cost to borrow 436%, utilization, I think that, well, they're saying it decreased, but I thought we were down for a couple of days, so 97.83%, still on the threshold list as far as we know. So still got the FTDs out there. We won't have that report probably till after the vote that goes down in August, more than likely. We'll see whenever it comes out. Sometimes we'll get it towards the end of the month, sometimes it's closer to the middle of next month. So we'll see when that comes out and what's going on with the FTDs, if they are still there, if anything's still happening. And let's take a look at the charts, see what's going on there. As far as the charts go, so what are we looking at on the longer time frame? Let's just start off with the RSI and see what we have going on there. Got real dark in here all of a sudden. We got a storm going by. Oh, that's horrible. Now it looks like I'm telling you a campfire story, some sort of ghost story. Maybe that's fitting. Okay, here we go. So looking at the RSI, the last time we've seen it this low on the daily was coming off of this massive dump off and massive sell off, and then it did not get its strength until it was really starting to climb back up here. So what was the price at open close? Open $1.75, closed $1.79. So the price was really low the last time we saw the RSI really getting down to these levels. We are sitting a little bit higher right now, but let's zoom in and look kind of on closer time frames, I suppose, see what's going on. We're still seeing the weakness. We were testing the trend line. We were getting up there with some strength. Now we're falling considerably below that trend line in the down channel that we've been falling in. So I zoomed it in just a little bit more just to see, is there going to be any strength that wants to fight its way out of here? We're seeing a very flat bottom, and what that is usually weakness. It's just trying to fall. It's trying its best to fall. It's not getting enough support to really get away from this flat bottom. We can see it getting weaker and weaker with every pump that goes on. Did make a little small cup that it was trying to form the handle. It was Friday. We know what happens on Fridays. The profit taking comes in too late in the day, gave out. So that's kind of where it sits right now. I don't know. I mean, it looks like it was trying to gain a little strength at the end of the day, but it still didn't pop its way out of this here little trend line, I guess, to a degree. I mean, we could bring it down and say that it was doing its best attempt to break out, but with the flat bottom, it makes me really wonder if that is going to break its way out of there or not, or if it's going to come down a little bit lower even still. They faked me out. They sure did. I was very confident that somewhere in that 304, 305 was going to be the pop. It came down another, 25 cent with a wick, and then got a little bit of strength back into it, and now this 305 is really acting as a level of almost more so resistance than it is support for us. It's kind of banging its head off of the trend line in that 236 retracement area. So right there at 305, basically sitting right at it. So we don't know if it's going to be support or resistance at this moment. I would say if it's right at it and we're trying to break out of this basically downward channel with a weak flat bottom, it's probably not the most bullish setup. But if it does want to break out, then obviously different story. We just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of confidence until we see what goes down, probably with the whole merge thing, how much time comes in after that. But as of right now, I would be very cautious. I would be waiting for a solid sign that things are turning around and getting a little bit more strength. Let a little bit of time play out probably and see if this is going to fight the trend. The obvious, I would say usually this is going to break down. That would be my guess, but I just don't know because we are right here. We're at the 236 where we've saw that bounce off the fib a couple of times before. So is it going to want to do that? That's the only reason I'm thinking that maybe it might fight the trend and try a little pop, but I wouldn't get too confident till I seen what exactly happened. The RSI was trying. I mean, it was trying to do something, but it's still not hot enough that it's going to give us any real confidence. We see it warming up a little bit on these longer time frames, which is good. We want to see that turn around, but what are we doing on the 5 minute? Where are we? So we're just cracking that 50, which is basically a consolidation level. Not going to get a whole lot of strength. Where were we over here? Yeah, so I mean, it got a little bit of strength. After hours is hard to really judge by. During the day, it was looking good up until the end of Friday where the profit taking came in and it just gave out. I mean, it was looking like it was wanting to build. So let's see if they do want to come in Monday morning. It's going to be an insane week. We got FOMC. We got some other indexes that are going to be reporting. Is it PCE, I believe, that's coming out. So that's going to be a big one that Fed's looking at to see what happens there. Are we going to be in a recession on paper? I think it's going to be an extremely volatile week for the markets because we have earnings as well with several of the large companies. Those earnings are going to matter. That's going to come in, shake up some of the some of the movements in the overall markets, whether they're doing good, are they exceeding expectations, are they not meeting expectations. So many factors this coming week. If you're not an experienced trader, if you haven't been around this, or you're not being quick with your money, playing the trends one way or the other, it's going to be a highly risky week. And I think we're going to see that volatility, which is going to make an awesome opportunity for some momentum trades, maybe some quick scalps, playing it up or down, whatever's happening with the news that we get. It's going to be a shaky week. There's not going to be any calm in my thinking. I don't think there's going to be any kind of sense of stability that goes on. So we got to get through this next week and see what happens. Keep that in mind with all of your plays, no matter what you're in, not just Redbox exclusively. It's going to affect probably plays outside of Redbox a whole lot more, because Redbox is just doing its own thing right now. It's not really it's not moving with the market. It's not moving without the market. It's just doing what it wants to do because it is in the situation it's in. But if you have your money in other plays, be watching those, because we don't know what's going to happen. The market was running hot. Do we think we have 75 basis points priced in? I don't know. I mean, I guess yes and no, but it did run hot all last week, which to me, if it was priced in, I don't know that it would have got that high. Are they going to do a full point? Who knows? We're going to find out next week. It's going to be interesting. I will come back and try to chat with you guys and see if we can make any sense of anything that's going on with the news that's going to be coming out. But just wanted to touch base with you guys. Enjoy the weekend. I appreciate you coming back, watching another one, especially giving me a little bit of time out of your weekend. I hope you guys make the best of it. I hope you're enjoying it. And if you don't mind, you can drop a like, or you can subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the updates. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.